were talking about Wilder.
I understand the space he's in. I understand the space he's in, and just like I said before, man, just being an athlete that's so dominant and just has so much power and just having a lot of that stuff being taken away from you mentally because he brought power, confidence into the ring every time. In his mind, he just knew in his mind nobody couldn't beat him. You know what I mean? And once you get in that space, man, and you kind of get that broken a little bit, those you make room for doubt. And that plays with a fighter. Like I said, I know it from a lot of my own experiences. From my first loss. That's when you really know that the fight game is a mental game.
If you don't take an L, you don't go through adversity, then you don't really know who you are.
But then again, who wants to go through that? You know what I mean? At the time when everything's going well, I mean, that's a good place to be in. When everybody knows your name and like you're in the space of just just dominating the competition. Nobody's not thinking about the bad part of that. Nobody isn't thinking about losing or just taking any type of defeats just in life, period. Yeah. You know what I mean?
How does it feel to face adversity and then find another level, another speed, another gear within your...
You have to, though. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. A lot of, like they always say, a lot of the greats can fight against that type of adversity and come back, but a lot of guys can't. A lot of people can't. I've seen it in plenty of fighters, once they take that loss or once that confidence gets cracked, they're never the same. It takes a process on coming back. And like I said, I'm speaking on this because, I went through it myself and it took some time for me to really try to understand, who I was because nothing changed. That's the thing with a lot of these fighters. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
With Deontay Wilder, nothing has changed. With Ronda Rousey, nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is the mental state just changed up. They just have a lot of doubt just creeping in. That's it. All the other fighters that they beat easily before, now it may be a different situation, maybe a different story. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's the fight game, man. And like I say, man, that's the same thing in life. You have to learn how to have to grab onto it and understand your weaknesses and understand that fear because there's a fear there. With that doubt, is fear there now.
Embrace that though.
Embrace it and not, to face it every time. A lot of people, they don't want to, face, you got to face it every time because it's going to show up.
That's the easiest way and the quickest way.
Yeah, but like I said, I know you're saying it.
No, I know.
I know you're saying it, but like I said, man, and like as a fighter and as a competitor, it's even tougher because you're not just dealing with it by yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in this sport where everybody, the world can see you in a space of weakness. Like I said, like put yourself in a place of being exposed. The whole world sees it. You're not just dealing with it on your own.
I feel like that's when you connect with somebody though,
Nah, man, nah, hell no. Hell no. Nowadays, yeah, you can connect some people to a point, but then again, there's a lot of people out there that's gonna be in your ear saying how much of a trash you are, and
yeah, but I don't worry about what people say.
You're saying that, but then again, like I said,
listen, ladies.
Yeah, but like I said, you're saying that, but like I say, being an athlete and being someone that's here to
compete.
Compete and to please the crowd.
That's true.
And to please the crowd, and now you have these same people that's been cheering for you. Now they look at you differently. You know what I'm saying? Now they call you a bum. Now they speak to you like you don't really have it anymore. That's a depressing place to be in, as a top fighter, as a top just athlete, period. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So you just need to understand what this game is.
And bounce back. He needs to come back.
Bounce back. I want to see Deontay back, man.
Do you think the faster, the better, or do you think just when he's ready?
No, I think, it's definitely a process. He needs to wait till he's ready, but you're never really going to be ready until you jump back in that fire again. You know what I'm saying? So he has to really, like even mentally when he think that he's ready, him preparing for a fight or preparing to come back in that square circle, the same place where he felt like he got embarrassed or he feel like he got exposed a lot of those fears are gonna come back up again. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that doubt is gonna come back up again.
Walking in the ring?
But he's not gonna be able to know it and understand it until he goes in there and face it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta face it, baby.
How did you feel walking into the ring, your fight coming back after?
The same way. The same way. Of course, all through training camp, you know, feeling motivated and I'm gonna prove the doubters wrong and this and that. But you know, it all hits you once you get back in that dressing room and you're about to wrap back up and you hear those same sounds of that same crowd out there waiting for you to come back out there to see them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, things get to change a little bit. I mean, you have that fear, you have a lot of doubts that come in, and sometimes you sit there and ask yourself, man, what the hell am I doing here? Like, I'm really about to go out here and try to, you know what I mean, like gamble with my life again.
And a fight ago, you were, I'm the
In
guy.
a fight before, I couldn't wait to get out there and smash and dominate this man in front of everybody.
Now you question, what am I doing?
And now you question it. So that's the fight. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say, like, a lot of these people, they need to always respect these fighters, man. You know, I mean, it takes a lot to get back in there, and especially it takes a lot as a dominating champion to try to get back in there after a loss, to try to gain that respect back. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question for you that.
What you got, brother? I'm here.
Okay, Meek Mill or Uzi, who wins?
They say Meek Mill or Uzi, who wins?
Meek Mill or Uzi, who you got?
Well, listen, bro, I've been hearing about Uzi. I done seen little videos about Uzi. Of course, he a little dude, but I heard he's smacking.
You seen Meek's videos, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, Meek, my man, I ain't got nothing to say about none of that, but Lil Uzi, he definitely be swinging. I heard he knocking cats out there.
What about Raw? Who's the best rapper boxer?
Rapper boxer?
Snoopy hitting them pads too.
Snoopy hitting the pads. But shit, man,
Wiz
Gilly
hitting the pads.
Man, Gilly got Wiz is getting nice. Like I said, I trained Wiz a few times, man. He looking nice. What's his name? Gilly, man. Gilly got some hands. Gilly got some hands, man. Y'all don't know Gilly been boxing for a minute, man. Gilly been boxing for a minute. He in there sparring, he in there working.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Gilly got hands, bro.
I didn't know he had it like that.
Yeah. And shout out to my man D Smoke. D Smoke out here putting hands on boys, man. Y'all don't know.
Somebody I also didn't know that boxed that is actually gonna plan his first fight is Lamar Odom. What do you think about Lamar Odom?
Oh, I heard about that.
Lamar Odom signs a celebrity boxing deal. He'll fight June 12th.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised.
I didn't even know too much about it either, man. I don't know what type of skill that I don't know.
Well, what does that say about the game that not only are other athletes trying to get into the space, so are YouTube stars, so are other celebrities.
Yeah.
That has to. What do you think that says about the fight game too?
I mean, it opens it up, of course. It opens up the fight game. I think any type of boxing related sport, it really complements the game to a sense. But then again, a lot of these guys they want to try to play with it, act like it's some type of game. It's a game that's going to expose you too. So you're gonna see a lot of cats get knocked out trying to play with it.
That's tough.
And they're gonna give a lot of us a lot more respect, knowing that we can go 12 hard rounds and we're fighting real opponents. So
one round is enough.
Oh yeah, beastie.
Right?
They ain't sure about it.
Do you still think that Khan versus Brook is a good fight or a fight you would want to watch?
Oh, Khan versus Brook. Yeah, I think it's for them right now, man, I think it's the best fight, that both of them guys can make right now.
Right.
Khan, he hasn't really been active at all, even doing a lot of other things. And Brook, he just took a tough loss against Terrence Crawford. Shit, might as well make it happen now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in that space. They've been fighting for a while. They got a lot of other new young kids out, and they're still pretty big over in the UK.
They're huge in the UK,
They're big in the UK. Make it happen.
Do you feel that the UK fighters are the best fighters? I've heard a lot.
You heard they were the best fighters?
Oh, of course they're going to say that.
Oh, of course they're going to say it. Nah, man, you can't say that. Listen, man, I love the UK, but I mean,
What about the
geez.
fans, though?
The fans are on. I mean, we talk about the fans. I mean, they're definitely on the. I mean, like different level. We talk about the fan plays. It's a completely different level
It's
over in the
wild.
UK because I mean, and I had to get an understanding about that. You know, I used to call my manager like, man, how come they're packing these places out like their productions are crazy, their endorsements are crazy. What's going on? And you know, he made me understand. He's like, listen, over in the UK, it's not too many stars, so they're able to do that. Here in the US, we got tons of them. So you know, it's a different type of situation. A different type of market, but they definitely go hard for their fighters like crazy. Shit, they go hard for us.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Like they go hard for us.
How hard do you think it was for Mr. Andre Ward to walk away where he was at in his career to retire
See,
like
that's
that?
that's a good question. For Ward to walk away, you know, trust me, you know, we spoke a lot about that, me and Ward. You and that, I mean, at the time, and I know what he was battling at the time. I mean, you know, him just coming off of a huge win and them wanting to see more. You know, with him fighting Canelo or him fighting Joshua, going up to heavyweight fighting Joshua. I mean, it was a lot of talks about it, man, but you know, but not too many people know how, you know, just how vigorous those these like training camps are. And you know, that's a fight by itself, which a lot of people don't know. I mean, they just see the fight, but you know, a lot of us have to go through so much punishment in those 8 to 9 weeks of training camp, bro. Like, you know, a lot of us we just don't want to go through it anymore. And I think for Dre, you know, he felt like he was good. You know what I mean? He put himself in a space of really you know, grabbing on his legacy with that win. Um, and securing his space of the best pound for pound. And you know, of course, there's always more to prove in boxing. But I think he was good. I think he was content. I think he was content the way everything was going on. He got his family. He was able to make a lot of money right on the stretch of his run. One thing with Dre is, you know, we spoke about it a lot about really trying to change the narrative of trying to walk away from the game where you had it all. And that's one thing about it. When it comes to the fight game, when they see us look, you know, good, we can still talk and articulate ourselves. We still look like we're in shape, we can go. They always say, oh, no, like you still got a lot left. That's when you need to walk away. That's when you need to walk away because you still have a whole life. You got to give your family you now. You need to give, you know, other situations you. I mean, don't give everything to the game because once it's over, they're gonna look at you like you're not nothing. They'll be the first. They'll be the first people to be like, he looks like trash. You know what I'm saying? Look, he can't hardly speak. You know what I'm saying? He's punch drunk. He's this, is that.
Yeah.
So we spoke a lot about it, man. And I think that was him really stepping out on a limb and really trying to change the narrative to walk away, you know, still healthy, still great, undefeated, and now shit, one of the best analysts on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta applaud it.
I never thought about that angle.
Yeah, man, you gotta applaud it.
I just feel like it's hard,
Well,
and
of
that's
course,
why
I
he's
mean, he
one of
definitely
the
had to
only.
fight about it. Of course, mentally, that's a fight all day long, especially when you're watching guys that you know you can beat on TV. And damn, like I should come back and shit, like, and they gonna give me $5 million for this, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know. But there's no, I mean, like then again, that really shows you where his integrity and his morals are. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta respect it.
Yeah, because he isn't ever questioned it. He never even debates. He never says anything about anything.
Nah,
He made his choice, and it was.
yeah, I bet he, you know, what I mean, knowing him, I mean, he definitely battled it. You know what I'm saying, for a nice little bit, but.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
tough.
saying?
It's super tough.
That's a competitive nature, baby.
What are your thoughts on Stevenson?
Oh no, I think Shakur is sharp, man. I got a chance to spar him, you know, for my last fight actually. You know, I think the kid's the future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's sharp, he's smart, he's very fundamentally sound. And for him being so young, man, he's very good at distance. You know what I mean? Very good with his distance and range. And that's what's gonna keep you long term in this game instead of, you know, being in there trying to just like bang it out. He's very smart, man. He knows how to work that ring. He knows how to work distance and angles, and he's extremely confident.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Extremely confident right now. So as long as he stays sharp on his P's and Q's, shit.
Mikey wants Terrence. Mikey wants Crawford.
Does he?
He's been calling him out. What do you think about that?
Why? Why?
You don't think?
Man, listen, bro. I don't know. Why is he calling for that? I mean, shit. Listen, man, he's a fighter. You know, Mike Garcia is a fighter, so I can't say that. You know why he's calling for that, but I mean, give it to him if that's what he wants. Give it to him.
Who wins?
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying, huh?
Who wins?
I mean, of course I got Bud with it. Come on, man.
I'm just asking.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I got Bud winning. But Mikey, you know, I mean, he's definitely gonna be there to fight. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gonna be there to fight, but that's a, you know, I mean, that's a different beast.
They say that one time is asking for too much money for any fight. He wants too much to be.
Key?
Yeah, one time.
Really?
That's
Like now?
yeah.
Is that what's going on? That's why he hasn't fought yet?
Yeah.
Really?
He wants numbers. And
Really?
yeah, I mean to fight Spence obviously even more, but anybody.
Oh, you mean just anybody? Period.
Well, he wants good. Yeah, he wants the whether the A side or the A minus side.
Don't let me call Keith. See what the hell going on.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the word on the street. He's not up right now. It's like 2 a.m. The dude is asleep.
Man, Keith probably asleep, bro. Damn, one time. I want to see one time fight too, man. I mean, he been out for a minute, right?
Yeah. I mean Pacquiao. That was his last fight.
Damn.
I know.
That's what, about 2 years?
Not that long, really.
How you figure that?
I don't know.
It's about 2 years, bro.
I was pretty surprised though.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
These are the words on the streets.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
that's
I was
why-
wondering why come he hasn't fought.
Let me school you to some of the.
School me to some of the news.
Maybe you've heard it. Maybe you didn't. Fernando Vargas wants De La Hoya.
Really? What is going on out here? These motherfuckers. Fernando wants.
De La Hoya.
Listen, man, I don't know what's going on out here. But these boys out here want to fight. You hear me? Wow. Really?
I mean, De La Hoya versus Triple G was the other option.
Man, you know what? I love to see that, to be honest.
Triple G?
No, Fernando and Fernando Oscar. I love to see it.
I would too.
Like, for real. Yeah, so, man, if that happens, that'll be dope. I mean, shit, these guys don't want to sit down. They want to scrap shit. Let them scrap. You know what I mean? These old guys is not playing.
What are your thoughts on Sergey and kind of his...
What happened? Oh, he got caught with the PD shit, right?
Yeah. And right before that, he got domestic.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even been in the loop on.
Oh, yeah. No, he's been getting in a little bit of trouble, like
really?
the tail end of his career. So I don't know if it's hard to keep
That's what happens. I mean, it's low key, like, to be honest, like a common trend just with athletes, period, man. Once they go through that dip, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think a lot of things can play into that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, depression. I think it's a lot of depression, man. I think a lot of people don't realize, man, like the mental, damage a lot of these fighters take. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this fight game is such a roller coaster. You know what I mean? From people, grabbing, just wanting just the demand of them, and then them putting so much demand on their bodies just to be able to perform in front of millions of people, and just going through the ups and downs, waves of, wins or losses or just financial struggles, taking care of your family, everybody think you're rich, you got to pay for this, that. I mean, it's a lot.
I never thought about it like that.
It's a lot. It's a roller coaster, bro. So, once you get to a certain space, a lot of these guys, man, they break down. And it's, they fall into depression, or they really spiral out of control. You know what I'm saying? I see it all the time.
Not only are you dealing with all that pressure, I guess, also what you were talking about earlier as far as chasing that sort of feeling in the crowd. Yeah. And so chasing that, or maybe not having that, and everything else.
And a lot of fighters feel, even if their world is upside down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If things are going crazy, if things are going wrong, they feel like, okay, the only thing I need to do to fix this, I need to go fight again.
Wow.
I need to go fight again. I need to make this money. I need to go go ahead win this fight so everybody can love me again. Like, that's their safe haven. That's the only thing they know. That's the only thing they understand to know how to do to fix things.
Yeah.
To get money or to be able to receive praise is a step in the ring.
Validation
in that ring, bro. And it's like, a lot of them don't know who they are outside of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough game.
That's very interesting.
It's tough.
It's through a microscope, I feel like, because it's just you and somebody else.
For sure.
There, and there's nowhere to hide.
And you understand something at the same time, is when I say, when it comes to a lot of fighters, they find validation there. Like, that's all that that's all that they know. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, they get all their validation in that square ring. If it's finances, if it's love and appreciation, if it's just awareness of who he is right there. You know what I mean? Yep. Like popularity, whatever the case may be. Outside of that, a lot of fighters don't know who they are because of the way people treat them for who they are in that square circle. You know what I mean? So as soon as the fight game starts going like this for them, you know what I'm saying? It runs them in shambles, bro.
Because you're not going out on your own shield at that point, because you're still you haven't found whatever it was you're looking for, and then they take it away, they take the search away from you too.
Like, you've been engulfed in your whole life. All these guys that I know, all these champions now, and these young champions, we all been doing this shit since we've been 6 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old. You know what I mean? That's all a lot of us know. So as soon as the career is over, they take it away from you, you're like a lost kid. Like, what? Like, what you mean? Start a business or do this, do that. Like, how? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? That's where they always got their validation from, was that square circle. Okay, so now you need to find out, you know what I mean, like, who you are now. Damn, like, who am I now? And a lot of people don't get to that space until they're 30, 35, 40. They're really trying to find out, who they are outside of that ring. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a tough space to be in. That's why I tell guys all the time, while everything's going great, your career is like this, establish your team outside the ring as well. You know what I mean? Already start putting your business plays into play. So once this career situation and all the hype and the promoters and managers are kicking you, they're kissing your ass and the fans love you, make sure to secure the landing, because it's gonna drop. You understand? It's gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? So make sure to secure your landing, man, and make sure you're gonna make sure the young you, make sure the young you takes care of the older you when it's time.
Hey, that's some great advice. Yeah. So I heard your younger side took care of your coming to be older side. Yeah. And so what are some of the things that you got going on outside of the square circle?
Man, I was always one of them kids, man. I was always one of them guys. I was always outside the box, bro. Like, I fought, I loved it. I'm fighting and I love it. And but I've always been one of those guys. I came from nothing, so I wasn't never scared to explore, other options. You know what I'm saying? Once they gave me the platform, once they gave me the notoriety,
yep,
and all these new people are coming in my face, and from wherever it is, if it's entertainment, if it's business, if it's, some hedge fund guys, whatever the case may be, I really wanted to come into their world. You know what I mean? Because I found something that was very unique, that it didn't matter how much money, these business guys had, or it didn't matter how much fame, some of these celebrities had, or even some of these other athletes. They admired me so much as a fighter, and they're gonna admire you so much as a fighter, because you can do something that they can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you do something that's such a manly sport that they can't do. They're drawn to it because they're men already. You know what I mean? They have you know what I mean, they have that type of, you know what I mean, like dominance about them, or they want to find it, but they see that you have it already.
So capitalize on it and then...
Capitalize on it. Build those relationships. Relationships are everything.